Alright, what's going on, y'all? So, today we will be experimenting with all the transmissions, all the common transmissions that's used in drifting, and we just gonna test it out. The car, for argument's sake, I'm not changing. The one thing I might be changing the power level, which is just managing with boost, right? So, just managing the boost. I might just make the torque a little more relatable. So like turbo comes on like 4300, probably 4500, right? And keeping it like in the range of what people might do in real life, and then just messing with the boost at different boost levels, right? And just testing out what horsepower. So we're gonna start with like 600 horsepower, and then let's start with like the lowest. Like car makes like 400 horsepower, let's say, and then so the biggest thing when it comes to gear ratios is tires, the size of your tires and profile and all of that. So we keeping it right around 35 sidewall for both front and rear, but it only matters in the rear. In all-wheel drive applications, these two will determine like how the taller the tire, like the bigger the tire, the more the longer the gear will be, right? Whether it be front or rear in all-wheel drive settings. Um, for rear-wheel drive, the bigger, same thing. Bigger, the taller the tire, the taller the gear will be, like longer it will be, and the lower the profile of the tire, shorter the ratio will be. So we gonna keep it same. So we gonna do 35 front, 35 rear. I'm guessing. I'm just taking a rough estimate of what people really run in real life. So I'm gonna go on like 265, 245 in the front, 265 in the rear, and just testing a 265 tire, right? 18 to 65, 35. That would be the full numbers of the tires. So back. Wait, hold on. So the setup are roughly like what I normally run on all my cars, or just close to, if not there. I just changed this, but it's not staying. I'm gonna start at like 400 horsepower, right? Save that. All right, so let's find a track. That's a track and just go test in there. I think the best. I think we're gonna do Road Atlanta because a lot of not saying a lot of people with grid life and all of that, we kind of have access to this track for majority of people. So let's just use this as a benchmark and just see. And then we try to pick a East Coast track and go from there. But let's use Road Atlanta. Say you go on a grid life, what gearing you should run and all of that. Like just going over the different transmissions. All right. All right. So let's get started. So first one up on the list, we're gonna do the the gear ratios that comes in the MT82 and the Mustangs, the 5.0 liters. We gonna do those, and then we gonna go to probably a BMW trend. So the first up is the MT82 from the Mustang. Right. So the final drive ratio, I'm gonna go with the most common. I'm gonna do like a 410. I think a 410 is pretty common. Or you could upgrade it the majority of cars. Let's just I'm just trying to keep it like consistent overall. So let's say we'd put a 410 in all these different transmissions, kind of keep the test the same, like a control test. All right, so the final drive will be 410. The first gear in the MT82 is six, right. The next one will be this one. this is overdrive, overdrive. All right. So this is the MT82 from the Mustangs. Right off rip, six gear. You'll never use this in drifting. Never. I don't see this being used. Everything else looks good. So let's try it out. See what it do. This is at 400 horsepower. We just gonna up the power like in stages. We're gonna have three stages. So this is gonna be stage one stage two, and then stage three. So out of rip, I think I'm gonna be in third, maybe fourth, a little bit. So 400 horsepower. Oh, we could do fourth. Fifth is 1 to 1. So in fourth right now. Yeah. Yeah, even at 400 horsepower, you're not clicking fifth on a 265. You're not. It's just not happening. So I think it feels better around first, second, third on the MT82. I run out a little bit of speed right there, but we'll truck it in. Yeah, we're running out of wheel speed. Yeah, so with a 410, you're kind of gonna be in between third and fourth. What I would do to fix that, I would just up the horsepower. Really, I wouldn't really mess with the gears. So you say you got a 410 for this big. This is a big track. I ain't gonna lie. It's not really like a technical small track, but like if this was like Lime Rock or Park, maybe the you just need fourth third gear. But this is a relatively big track. But I'm just saying we have access to grid life, so Road Atlanta, we just gonna throw it in. Yeah, you kinda gotta upshift. Yeah, it feels good in third. Fourth is just like, you gotta stay flat. I should have did this on the ultimate setup so we could control the weight of the car also, but that's just we just gotta have to. So that was the initial test. So with the 400 horsepower on stage one, it's hard. You can't utilize fourth gear. So let's up the power to like 600. Let's say you jump from 4 to 6. All right, so that's stage two, 600 horsepower, and just try to see. I think we could use fourth now. So let's say you're making 600 horsepower, MT82, 410 gears. Let's see. A little spicy. There you go. Utilize fourth gear. All right. So that was pretty eventful on the run up. All right, let's try fifth on the run up and then downshift to fourth. Oh, hell no. weather's lovely. I ain't gonna lie. At 600, at stage two, 600. All right, so let's try stage three, like 800, 900 horsepower, thereabout. Let's try that. Let's see. I think we could be in fifth gear now, which is actually 1 to 1 with that one. So we're gonna go like 900 horsepower on the MT82, stage three. Yeah, got a downshift to fourth. Yeah, so 900 horsepower at 410s, you're gonna need to use fifth gear. You're in between fifth and fourth. First, second, kind of useless. So you could launch in second, I think. Alright, so consensus, I think around stage two, you're in the money. Like you want to be around 600 horsepower to get the full effect of like going to any track really. Cause first it makes first very short, second decent, and third like lovely. So around 600 horsepower on the MT82s are good. 900 perfect. You could do like I don't know if the trans itself would last up to FD grip levels, but it should be good for like um let's say pro am maybe just if you make it 900 horsepower, maybe pro am with a nice clutch setup, maybe you'll be good. All right, so on the next trans, let's do. All right, the next trans we're gonna do is let's see, the ZF Spy Speed. All right, let's do the ZF Spy Speed. So it comes in the E36, all right, M3. So let's do that. So we're still gonna leave the 410s for the final drive, and let's do first gear. Whoa, first gear is very short. Oh my god, fours. All right, we almost like 1 to 1 with the final drive. Second is this is a big jump from first to second. This is a big jump. This is a big one. Alright. I think you can get away like 200 horsepower on this one. Alright. 6.6. 1, 4, 1 to 4. And then 1 to 1. So this one again, the 5 speed is 1 to 1. Alright, so let's try it out. So first is very short. Second, third, I think we're gonna be in like fourth gear. Alright. So let's say that. Alright, we're gonna start off on stage two. Oh no. Yeah, we're gonna start off on stage three with the ZF. So stage three, making our 900 horsepower on the ZF. ZF's 5-speed from the E36 M3. So you're using all 5 gears and no fives on the ZF for 900 horsepower. ZF's 5-speed, you're gonna use on 900 horsepower. You're gonna use every gear, first, second, third, fourth, fifth, because you're making so much horsepower. At 410s, I'm gonna put that at 410s final drive. You're definitely gonna be using all them gears. And think about it, 410s is like a common like drag racing ratio. So it's like very good for acceleration. So definitely 900 horsepower. I don't even know if it could hold 900 horsepower in real life, but at 900 horsepower, you're using every gear. All right, so let's change it a little bit. Let's go to stage two, which is around 600. I think this is a good drift trend. I don't know. 600 horsepower. I think this is more like what it could probably hold. 600. First gear is useless. I ain't gonna lie. First gear is useless. Even at stage two, first gear is useless. Well, at 600 horsepower, you could use fifth gear too. You're gonna be in between fifth, fifth and fourth. This is a good trend. I ain't gonna lie. Definitely 600 horsepower, perfect, perfect for these trends. You could use it at many different tracks. At 900, I think it's a little excessive, but I don't know if this trends will hold up to that. But it definitely, maybe on nine, if you make 900, maybe not like putting like max grip in your chassis would be beneficial. It'd probably break it. Yeah, you could use fifth gear at 600 at 410s. Stage 2 is perfect for the ZF. So on the MT82 and the ZF, stage 2 around 600 horsepower is perfect. Stage 1, I see around 400 horsepower. Let's see where we at. Keep in mind, this is a V6 twin turbo, so it makes torque. So depending on how much torque you're making, in drifting, you kind of want torque. All right, so 400 horsepower, we at fourth gear. We already struggling. Yeah, so probably like third would be good. Yeah, 400 horsepower, you're gonna be around third gear. You're not going fast enough for fourth. All right, that was it for that. So stage one, kinda you're gonna be in fourth gear. All right, be right back. We're gonna change tracks.
Battery 80%.
All right. So that was the ZF 5 speed. Let's do what's the next one? Sorry. So now we're getting into the, the G-force, the G-force transmissions. So they have a bunch of them. They got the GSR. They have it for drift or general. They have this configuration. So it's 248, 168, 168, 131, and then 1 to 1 for fourth. So this is the G-force 4-speed GSR. Alright, so 4-speed dog box. I'll test it. This is at 400 horsepower. Stage one. 4 speed, 400 horsepower, 410s. It's okay. You gotta work for it. So you could put it in like a practice car that will make too much horsepower. You trying to, so it makes you work for it still. You're not gonna use fourth gear at 400 horsepower. Let's bump it up to stage two, 600. I think 600 might be perfect. I don't think you might use fourth though. I think you might still be at first, second. All right. Oh, stage two is perfect. 600 horsepower. So 600 horsepower. If you have the money, you could get a G-force dog box, and with a 410 final drive, and you should be in the money. In the money. It seems to be the 410 with even the MT82, the ZF5 speed, and the G-force are perfect, really. All right, so we're gonna do the Big Daddy 900 horsepower. So 900 horsepower, and this is a trans I'm sure that could hold up to 900. No more 900 plus. First gear is useless, so we're gonna use second gear. Probably need like a taller ratio for the final drive. Yeah, stage two is perfect, right on a 600 horsepower on the G-force. You could get away with stage three too, because it's lovely. Probably for more technical tracks, it would be more useful, like having 900 horsepower. But at stage two, it was perfect. So stage two seems to be winning right now. The next trans we have is I think Samsonas. So Samsonas sequential. All right, we're gonna go with the. Let's go with the. All right, let's go with the six speed. They have a bunch of different different gear sets you could choose from for the what gears you want to be specific. But we're just gonna go with the default six speed rear wheel drive universal for Samsonas. Right. So this will be the first six speed trans we do. No, MT82, but we never use six. All right. So that's even at 900. Did we use six? I don't think so. No. So first gear, we're gonna go with the. Ooh, that's the final drive. My bad. 246. Ooh, yeah, this is a kind of like a weird one, but we gonna so sequential at the end of the day. Let's see. 119. So we really don't have like a fifth. We could go for the 108. for 108. I'm assuming this will be 1 to 1. And then the 6, they have a 6 gear of 0.96. Alright, so let's try. This one is on. So Samsonas at 600 horsepower, 6 speed. Well, 900 horsepower, 410s. Okay, we gonna be using the gears, man. I'm gonna attempt to use all the gears. Um, 900 horsepower, perfect. Probably need like a shorter final drive, like a taller final drive, but it's good. I think even at stage 2 it might be perfect. 600 horsepower. Alright, so let's try it again. Yeah, 900 horsepower, perfect. Could use all the gears on Road Atlanta. Alright, so we're gonna do stage 2, around 600. Stage 2 seems to be the lucky number with all these transmissions. 600 horsepower seems to be the go-to. That rumble strip caught me. Alright, let's try the stage 1. Let's try stage 1. 400 horsepower. Stage 1, Samsonas 6 speed at 400 horsepower. So stage one even works on the 6-speed Samsonas, 400 horsepower. You could uh, 410s, 410s. Key factor here, 410s. Any taller, I don't think it will work. This one makes you work for it though. I ain't gonna lie. I think that's all the. Oh, we could do the CO9. I forgot about that one. So no, that's the transmission from the 350Z. So let's see the CDO9. So close out the video. Hopefully this wasn't too long for y'all. All right. CDO double nine. So Samsonas perfect from 400 horsepower. You don't really need stage two. So you can do Samsonas with 410s at 400 horsepower and really be good on majority of tracks. Because the different variations, the different gears and how close they are, you could really use. You don't really need to worry about wheel speed with the 410s. All right, so let's do the CDO double nine with 410s. All right, so first gear, three. I think the tallest first, the shortest first gear was the ZF, the M3, the ZF 5-speed from the M3. That Ford's first gear was in the fours. Crazy. Um, 62. All right, CDO double nine 400 horsepower at stage one. Yeah, you gotta work for the zones, boy. Yeah, CDO double nine is good at stage one. It's just gotta work for the zones. So I think stage two is where this one might shine too. 600 horsepower. It could work. It's just it could work. So let's do stage two, 600. CWC C double O nine CD double O nine stage two 600 horsepower. Perfect. So to recap, since we at the end of the video, um, the Mustang transmission MT82 that came in the 5.0 Mustangs. Stage two was good. The ZF 5 speed stage two was good. The G Force stage one was good. The Samsonas stage one was good too, but yeah, stage one was good. 400 horsepower. CDO 009 stage one was alright, but stage two is perfect. Alright, so time to end it off at 900 horsepower. So 900 horsepower to end it off. First gear is useless. Wow. I just wanted to see if I could click 6, and you can. Is it necessary? No. But can make it work. It's gear, even at 900. So that's it for y'all, man. Peace. Hopefully the video wasn't too long. Yeah, stalled it. I couldn't get away with it. Peace.